Kyria, live and direct, back again with another video. Today's video is going to be highlighting tips to help with solo travel. If you've ever desired to travel around the world by yourself, this is the video that you want to check out. So make sure you get your notebook, pen, paper ready. And before we begin, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on the latest videos. Let's get into these edges, honey. Yes. I've been getting my makeup done a little bit more because I've been having photo shoots and things. So y'all seen the other videos. Like, I really just be plain Jane, you know, oiling the skin and go about my day. So I was recently talking to a group of people and they were wondering, you know, how do you get the courage to go outside of the country and travel alone and, you know, be okay? So I decided I'm going to do a video on it. So let's hop right into it. So the main question is, you know, how do you have the courage to do it? And the model that I think about is, you know, if you wait on people, then you'll be waiting forever. So, you know, if I have a desire, I'm just like, okay, I make sure I do my research and, you know, I run it by a couple of people, my mom, some close friends, and like, oh, do you all think this would be a good place to travel, etc. And, you know, if I feel like it's a good place that I can, you know, travel to safely alone, then I decide to go for it. So tip number one, when you are a solo traveler or deciding to go to a new country by yourself, definitely tip number one, do the research on the area that you are going to. So you want to make sure that you download the map for the country so you'll be able to navigate. Even if you're offline, Google Maps offline is really good, or maps.me. I like to use maps.me app because it allows you to download that map for the entire country and you can use the navigation even if you do not have service in the country. And tip number two, you're going to want to make sure that you get some type of way to communicate, you know, whether that be, you know, if you have Wi-Fi wherever you are in a location, being able to use WhatsApp or Signal. Those are some platforms that people use to communicate. But with that being said, you are in a foreign country, so every establishment may not have Wi-Fi. Most of them do if you're in a location where, you know, it isn't as remote as going to, you know, the village or what have you. So making sure that you have some type of communication at all times, you know, if you are ever in need of making a call or just communicating with people in your family. So that leads me to my third point, which is creating an itinerary, or at least having like a rough sketch of the places that you know you want to go, the excursions that you want to do. And this will help alleviate a lot of stress when you're going into the country, because, you know, in a new country, in a new place, you're already trying to, you know, get acclimated with the climate, the time change, the language barrier. If you don't know the language of the country that you're going to. So at least having a rough draft of an itinerary, where you can at least know the places and most important things that you want to hit. Now, there are people who like do more backpacking and, you know, they just kind of go with the flow, go with the wind. But if you're a person who like, okay, you know, you're hitting a certain country or certain countries, and this is just for a time, then having a an itinerary will definitely help you out in the long run. So that leads me to my fourth point. You want to be able to at least say some of the basic things that you may need to know in order to just navigate and get around. So if you don't know the language, downloading the translator offline app would be really good for you. If you have like a little booklet or something that has like most common phrases of that language, those are really good items to have on you if you don't know the language and you can't speak it fluently. And number 5, this one is a really important one, especially for women, and that is, when people ask you, oh, are you alone or are you traveling with anyone? I usually err on the side of saying, oh yeah, I'm meeting up with my friend or whatever. Most of the times, like, I may have someone that I do know in the country if I've chosen to go there. So, but there are pockets of the trip where I'm completely solo. So, just having a little bit more discretion is really going to be a helpful tip in the long run. I hope you all found these 5 tips helpful. Make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, travel with Tricurious signing off. Peace.